So greetings from Redwood City, and so a little bit like I said yesterday morning at the start, that for me to sit down and take this posture that I've been meditating in for decades very much feels like a homecoming, and it's a homecoming into my body, in my body, with my body. And it's many years ago I heard a teacher ask a question: do you have a body or are you a body? And that kind of stopped my mind a little bit. And if I had to answer the question, I would say that closer, it feels like I am a body, um, rather than the body some objective thing outside of me. And this idea of coming home in the body, to the body, is one of the great potentials we have, to feel at rest, to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to feel at home. Even if some of the rooms in the home might be messy and need to be cleaned, it's sometimes good to feel like you're finally home. And to have a home that you can carry with you wherever you go is one of the great potentials of a human life. And certainly I feel like I've benefited from that. My body happens to always be with me, and to then have this thing which is always with me that is available for a homecoming. And so in meditation then, one of the little phrases that I've used, and you might think of using, is a loving phrase: stay home. Stay home, stay here, in this body. The body is always in the present moment. The mind might not be. Of course it is, but the content of the mind, what we're thinking about, and what we get pulled into this other world of imagination and ideas, is the mind might be thinking about the future, the past, fantasy, other places. And the mind itself is seldom here. And for the mind to find its home in this body, and for the mind to come home to itself here and now, so it can relax, be at ease, find its comfort, find its delight and its joy. It's a long process. It isn't like you can suddenly do it, but it really helps it takes a practice of coming back to the body, trusting the body, feeling the body, working with the body. So we'll do a little bit of this in this meditation, and a little bit less emphasis on breathing, but more emphasis on the body. And but it's going to be as a support for this breath meditation we're doing these days. The more we're in our body, the more richer the experience of breathing can be. So, assuming a posture for meditation, and this mindfulness of the body begins with entering into a meditation posture. So giving some attention to how the body can be adjusted so the posture feels supportive for being alert, for being present. And it's not necessarily a posture where we can most thoroughly relax, because we can overdo the relaxation. It's a posture that allows for dynamic balance between relaxation and alertness. And sometimes it's useful to let your attention travel up the spine, from the base of the spine to the top, and almost as if you could adjust each vertebrae to adjust them so that there's a feeling of being alert and the vertebrae balanced one on top of the other. Some people can have the feeling as they adjust their spine, they're adjusting it so there's a kind of feeling of an uplifting feeling in the back, rather than the back kind of a downward momentum of the weight. There's a kind of upward momentum of our vitality, our aliveness, alertness. Especially between the shoulder blades. Might be that letting the spine gently kind of pull towards the chest. And all the way up to the neck to create a little space between the last vertebrae and the skull. By maybe tipping the chin down or lifting the back of the head up a little bit. And if you haven't, gently closing your eyes. And as a way of, could be almost a ritual way, but also a meditative way to awaken your awareness. Take a few long, slow, gentle breaths. Perhaps loving breaths. Breathing in deeply, enough so your torso stretches, your rib cage opens. In a loving exhale, maybe as slow as is comfortable for you, releasing, releasing, releasing with the exhale. Taking a few more deep breaths and seeing how wide through the body you can feel the movements of breathing. And as you exhale, how deeply into your body, into your core, you can feel your inner body. And then to let your breathing return to normal. And we'll do a little body scan. So beginning at the top of your head, to feel whatever sensations might be in the crown of your head. And if there's nothing there, it's okay. Then feel the absence. But there might be a subtle tingling, vibration, warmth, coolness, pressure. And then as if you're standing underneath a delightful, flow of water that lands on the top of your head. Imagine your attention now flows down the sides of your head, the front and the back, and as you do so, feeling the sensations of your head, of your face. Around the eyes, cheeks, jaws and mouth. Flowing down through your neck. The front of the neck, the back of the neck, the sides. And the idea is to just feel things without commentary and knowing you were going to move on. If it's uncomfortable, see if you can be relaxed, knowing we're moving on. Down into the shoulders. Flows your attention. Letting sensations be just the way they are. Your job is just to have the water of awareness flow over them, through them. Down your arms. Elbows. Your wrists and your hands. And then from the top, again from the shoulders, the flow of awareness, let it move down the front of your chest, feeling the rib cages, solar plexus, solar plexal area, diaphragm, and the belly. Down into the hips, the whole pelvic cavity. And down your legs. The knees, the lower legs, and the feet. And from the top of your head to your feet, this is the body that we can be at home in. And to do so is to allow yourself to receive, rest in the sensations of your body. And you might open your awareness now to experience your full body, your whole body. Allowing yourself to experience, to know the sensations of your body that are most compelling, most compellingly a place of home, of being settled, being rooted here. Feeling the tingling and vibrations of the body. Feeling the warmth and the coolness that exists in the body. Feeling the places of hardness or solidity in your body, which is what provides support. With a global awareness of your body, notice the edges within your body where the sensations are not so distinct, or where there's maybe it's within your body, but there's just a sense of feeling of space. Perhaps feeling the indistinct boundary between inside your body and outside the body. With the eyes closed, just feeling and sensing. Maybe no sharp boundaries between the space around your body and your body. With the global awareness of the body, experience the movements of the body as you breathe. And if you were going to really come home, be at home in your body, is there some place in your body you most associate with that? Is it the whole body, or is it some place inside, maybe deep inside? Or maybe in the feet or the hands? Where in your body do you feel most at home? And then if there is such a place, breathe through that, breathe with that. Let that support you to be here. Stay home. Letting go of your thoughts and ideas so you can better sense and feel the body. As if the body has been waiting for you for a long time. And finally, you're here with your body, breathing with it, sensing it, feeling it. Feeling the body instead of thinking about it. Sensing the body instead of judging it or comparing it. Allowing the body to have its own experience of itself, independent of all the ideas that you've had, all the shoulds and shouldn'ts, all the ways you've been distracted from it with your thoughts and ideas. Here, sit here in this body, breathing at home in your body. Come home. Come home to your body. Let go into your body to feel the sensations the dynamic, active, flowing sensations of your body. And stay home, rather than wandering off in the past and the future, and other places with your thoughts. And then in the next few exhales, as you exhale, let go more deeply into the weight of your body, the solidity of your body against your chair, your cushion, your bed. To feel the support. To feel how your weight of your body is supported and grounded here. And all the ways in which your weight of your body is supported in your body. Maybe your hands on your lap or your knees. Your vertebrae supporting the weights of your back. The lower torso supporting the upper torso. Feeling settled and grounded to some degree here. And see if you can stay that way, to open your mind now, your heart, to think about the people that you might encounter or see or think about in the course of today or tomorrow. And if attention is a kind of love, mindfulness of the body can provide stability to that love and care, that attention. Can provide a feeling, can convey in it a feeling of stability, at homeness. And we express in our attention, not only that we're paying attention, but we're doing it grounded, doing it settled, doing it while being at home with ourselves. And if the medium is the message, then to pay attention to others this way can convey a love which is an example of being at ease or at home in this world. Something people need. And may it be that as we go through this day, that we can subtly, not dramatically, but subtly convey a sense of being at home in our bodies, at home in the present moment. As we extend our kindness, our care, our love, our support to others, in whatever way we might do it, directly or indirectly. May this meditation practice that we do, may the benefits of the practice support us to have a simple and clean care and kindness for others. May the simplicity and cleanliness of our care contribute to the welfare and happiness of others. May this practice that we do support others so they can be happy, so they can be safe and free. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free. So the third step of Anapanasati is to train oneself when breathing in a short breath, when breathing in, to experience the whole body, when breathing out, experiencing the whole body. And this idea of experiencing the body, experiencing means really sensing, feeling with our sensations, all the sense doors we have, this body of ours. And one of the ways in which I have felt encouraged and inspired to really tune into the sensations of my body is the idea that when I die and then this body becomes a corpse, the nerves in this body no longer firing. There's no more electricity, there's no more activity in the nervous system of this body. And if someone touches a corpse with their, touches it with finger, there's nothing in that corpse which will register, pick up, sense, feel, send nerve signals to the brain. And so everything that I sense, every sensation in my body, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, is a symptom or a sign of being alive. It's not always going to be here. In that sense that this is what living is. This is what aliveness is. This is a precious experience of being conscious of being alive. Encourages me, supports me to really be present, and I feel delight to feel, to know that this is, I'm alive when I feel all this. to feel the body, to experience the body is so important in Buddhism. There's a wonderful story that after the Buddha died, soon after he died, someone went to one of the Buddha's leading disciples, his cousin Ananda, who had spent, I think they say 20 years as the Buddha's attendant. And he asked Ananda, now that your teacher is dead, who is going to be your teacher? Who is you going to be your good spiritual friend? And Ananda said, now that our teacher is dead, our teacher will be mindfulness of the body. He didn't say our teacher will be our body. What he said, the teacher will be the mindfulness of the body. So that's a remarkable statement that this probably amazing founder of Buddhism, who had so much wisdom and realization, that his disciple, who knew him directly, would point to your capacity to be mindful of your body as having some equivalence to the Buddha himself. So that's quite a statement about the potential of your body to really be your teacher, to be your Buddha in a sense. But again, it's important to realize it's not the body by itself. It's the mindfulness of the body, the ability to have awareness coursing through the body, awareness sensing and feeling the body. And as we practice meditation, ideally the body becomes more and more alive, more and more conscious, there's more awareness of the body. It's easy to be unconscious or unaware of parts of our body, to disassociate from parts of our body. Some of it might be because we're simply too much in our head, thinking too much, or I think computer work, sitting at the computer for long hours, is a kind of mental activity that many people then kind of lose track of their body, not settled in their body. And so there can be whole professions that people have that the center of gravity is above the neck. And so there's the disconnection and kind of atrophying of the living aliveness of the rest of the body. There can also be emotional difficulties that it's too difficult to be in the body, because to feel parts of the body is to touch into those unresolved places or the pain that's there. And so people will stay maybe above the neck or above the waist or something and not feel what's happening. And breath meditation, Buddhist mindfulness meditation, it can be seen as a reclaiming of our body, really kind of opening up and filling out and really feeling our body, so that over time we discover for ourselves how wonderful it is to be at home in the body, and also how much mindfulness of the body is in fact a teacher for us. That so much is revealed, so much the path of practice and the path to spiritual freedom is revealed through this really living mindfulness of the body. And but as we do so in the beginning, what we begin experiencing is what I've called the karmic body. And the karmic body is the body that's is when the body, our bodily experience, our sensations, how we experience our body, hasn't really caught up to the present moment. Meaning that if we have some unresolved issues, unresolved emotions, unresolved experiences held and trapped in the body, then as we meditate, in order for the body to really catch up to the present moment, we have to kind of work through that. So it could be as simple as if through life experiences you've learned that to be tense, to be anxious, be afraid, and that fear translates to the shoulders being raised. Then when we sit down to meditate, then we feel the tension on the shoulders. Sooner or later we'll start feeling that. And that tension is a legacy of the past. In a sense, it's a continuation of how we were conditioned by past experience, past operations and thinking and attitudes that we have. And they get stored, they get perpetuated, they get locked in. And but so when we start feeling those, the shoulders being tense, maybe we can relax a little bit, but as we settle and get concentrated and more here, the shoulders relax more and more. And then at some point, the shoulders no longer contain this momentum from the past. And when that momentum is no longer there, then it's, in my language, the shoulders have finally arrived in the present moment. And they're here. And so all over the body there might be holding patterns that represent ways in which we've been repressed our body, not paying attention to it, the way we hold the body, the tension we have. And all these things are part of the karmic body. It's said that Abraham Lincoln said that by the time a person is 40, they're responsible for their face. And I think what he means by that is that the chronic holding patterns of how we use the little micro muscles of the face, after a while they get kind of locked in, or certain muscles get, strong and developed, and others atrophy, and so it subtly shapes the human face. And I've seen that in people grew up in different cultures, but they had the same ethnicity, but they grew up in different cultures, speaking different languages, and you can see the subtle shifts and changes in their face, that maybe because of the language they use different muscles to speak. So anyway, so if we're always afraid or always angry, or there's subtle micro muscles in the face that hold that. And so the face can be a legacy of the past, the momentum of the past. And the face can relax, and we can catch up and be in the present moment. So part of mindfulness is to let the body catch up to the present moment. And to do that, it requires being willing to feel and sense all that's in the body, to leave nothing out. And this idea of being at home in the body, there are messy rooms. There are rooms that still need to be cleaned out for the house to be settled and really feel at home in it. And so we have to be very patient with all that. And this is where mindfulness of breathing can be helpful. That as we feel, and in mindfulness practice, we really want to feel this body and feel the tensions we have, feel the pains we have. But to breathe with those discomforts, to breathe through them, to help them relax, help them open, help them soften, help somehow, as it's almost like when there's space, breathing room for the body knows how to unfold, how to unwind, how to relax. And so this idea of breathing with the discomfort, rather than thinking about it, reacting to it, pushing it away, being discouraged, being upset, going into fantasy to avoid it, to really be here in this body and breathe with it. So to breathe with. So opening to the body, feeling at home in the body, learning to be grounded here. And then I'll repeat what I said at the end of the meditation, that this ability to be say this way, that many people thrive or really benefit a lot from others offering their attention. It's a great gift we give to others, to listen to them well, to attend to them well, to pay attention to them well. But that attention that we give also conveys subtle other attitudes that we have. And if we're leaning forward always, showing we're paying attention, but we have a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety around it, or a little bit we're trying too hard to do something for them, we convey something very different than if we settled back and we're paying careful attention, but we convey a sense of at-homeness, a sense that of safety, of comfort, of in this body, in this world. And to convey that to others, I'm paying attention to you, yes, and this is we can be at ease and settled here. And to say that, maybe it is not very compelling to you, how important that is, but the reference point was small children. That if you're with a 4-year-old, how you're paying attention in subtle ways, those children pick up. And if we're paying attention with anxiety, they learn the world is an anxious place. But if they see someone paying attention and being there, and that person's at home in their skin, at home in their body, feeling safe and settled, they learn something very different. This is possible too. It's possible to feel at home in this world and relaxed. So mindfulness of the body. And one of my goals in life is to be a cheerleader for mindfulness of the body. So I hope that over the next few days, over the weekend, that you really explore this. And one of the ways to explore mindfulness of the body, and not to make it this big project to be mindfulness of the body, is to make it a study, to become aware of all the ways that you're not aware of your body, all the ways that you wander off from it and are not in touch. And notice that, and get really, become like an expert to really recognize quickly, oh, I'm not in touch with my body. I'm not aware of what's happening here. I'm in my thoughts, ideas, I'm lost in my project. And but to do that regularly, and just that, and see what happens to you, independent of any need to actually come back to your body. Just notice how much you're away. So thank you very much, and I look forward to continuing this series on Monday.